Just the notion of being at a table with people that you really don't know, but all of a sudden you have real focus on issues and there's commonality, there are differences, and you get a chance to hear what the arguments are for and against. And normally when you're speaking to someone, it's someone who agrees with you or doesn't agree with you. And often because there's either agreement or disagreement, you don't go into the level of detail to really map out what the issue is. And I think that was the most important thing for me, to hear clearly where other people were going that I hadn't even thought about or that I had no knowledge of, really. So it prompted me to think bigger about the issues themselves. There was a lot of information that I didn't have prior to going that I came out with. I was energized about talking to folks, knowing what I now know and spreading that information. And one of the things that I've done since then, I've spoken to a lot of people about healthcare, and I've listened much better than I had previously listened. I still have my own opinions, but I'm listening and I'm looking for answers where before I felt comfortable with what I knew or didn't know. So we still have a crisis. There's still a lot to be resolved. And as you know, the California legislature and the governor weren't able to come together to bring that package to fruition that was so highly touted. So we're still in the same place. So nothing is resolved. But the process that I went through was illuminating and invigorating. And I think, again, I would do that. And I would look forward to that, to get that information, to keep that process going in smaller pockets and smaller areas with people that I know and people who are also interested. The process was beneficial because when you get people coming together who can speak about an issue diversely and look at the positions, learn something from them, and then make a decision about what should be done, that makes sense to me. That's a real democratic process within itself. The issue is when you have decided something, how do you move that forward legislatively? How do you have the influence that was at the table reach those people who are actually going to draft or make law? So I would definitely participate again because it's encouraging. At least we have a voice. We're pushing towards something. We may not get the result we want, but at the same time, having been in that process is empowering. Through that satellite connection, you could get some sense of what the rest of the state was feeling, what the rest of the state was actually advocating. And it wasn't an isolated thing that you had to wait for the results to get the next day, what people were doing, feeling, saying someplace else. It made it more interactive. It made it dynamic because we knew it was real time, and again, we could understand some of the issues, and we could also understand some of the responses to the issues that was happening in different places.